Today we're going to be going over my daily carry setup. I figured I would do a video going over all the things that I carry daily, and everything that you see here is one form or the other, something that I usually carry with me. Now, this is not all what I carry at the same time or every single day. It's all situational depending where you're going, what you're doing. There's different bags for different things. And so at first we'll go over real quickly the bare necessities of what I carry every day, and then we'll go over a couple different setups depending where I'm going and some different items that I carry with me. So for my bare necessities, what I like to have with me at a minimum, and this might surprise you because when some people do their EDC videos or pocket dumps, you sometimes wonder where they're putting all this stuff here. So the very first thing, I think the most important, is your firearms. So I usually carry my Glock 45. It's got a Holosun 509, Radian ramjet, and afterburner combination with their compressor guide rod. Very basic gun, nothing too fancy. A couple nice accessories that make this a little bit nicer, and then a Surefire X300. I carry with a Tier 1 conceal holster. This has been the holster that I found to be the most concealable and most comfortable for me. It is very important to find a good holster. I have a tote downstairs, which most of you probably do, full of holsters that I don't like and don't carry anymore. That is the one that has stuck with me the longest. The next item I find very important is a handheld flashlight. I have two options that I carry with me all the time. I have the Cloud Defensive MCH and the Surefire Stiletto Pro. Absolutely love both of these lights. I really can't say I carry one more than the other. Previously to having this one, I carried this every single day. As you can see, I beat the crap out of this light, and it runs like a champ. And then I got this one and I switched to this one because I wanted to test this, and I'm currently still in the testing process, so I've been carrying this every day since I've gotten it. But I think it's important to have a handheld flashlight because there are going to be times where you want to get positive ID on something or just be able to see at night, and you don't need to whip your gun out and do your weapon mounted light. So it's nice to have a light that's not on a cell phone. It's just something you can actually use as a dedicated light that has a lot bigger output. The next thing that I find very important to have is a cell phone. So this is my work phone. My personal phone is the one that I'm filming with. I carry both of them with me at all times. I definitely think it's important to have a phone with you so you can call 911, you can make contact with people, and it's just nice to have a cell phone because who doesn't leave the house without those? Then I have my wallet. This is the Tenjin Co wallet. I've had this for probably about 2 years. I really like it. It's very simple. As you can see, I don't have a ton of stuff with me. I don't carry a lot of cash, don't carry a bunch of stuff in my wallet. Very simple, minimalistic. Have my cards and the things I need, and that's all I need. So easy to carry. Might be the most important, chapstick. Absolutely always have to have chapstick with me. So that's in there. I figured it's in my pocket, so I might as well share it. And then a pocket knife. Again, not anything special. I don't have a very specific pocket knife saying like this is the go-to. I have a bunch of different pocket knives that I carry, but definitely a nice thing to have something sharp and a tool that you can use to do different things with. Multi-tools are awesome. I don't carry those with me usually, but I always do have a knife with me. So that's a quick overview of the main stuff I like to carry with me at a minimum. Now, if I'm going somewhere like Columbus, Toledo, Cleveland, a bigger city, or somewhere where I think I might need some more stuff, then that's when I start utilizing bags, or I'll bring my rifle with me. So these are a couple of the different bags that I like to carry with me most of the time. This is one of my favorites that I carry. This is a Vertex fanny pack. I was a little iffy at first, but after actually using this a ton, I absolutely love this. It's very versatile, useful for a lot of different things. I carry my Hellcat in here with a Holosun. You get the front pouch to be able to keep my phone and different items all in there and be able to keep it all into the bag, which I really like. You have some small medical as well in there, so that is always nice to have. I do not carry medical on my person. Some people like to carry tourniquets around. I tried that for a while. It wasn't something that stuck. I might go back to it. I don't know. Still playing around with that, but I do have a full medical kit in my truck. I have advanced medical training, so I actually carry a med kit in there, and then I have smaller kits in my bags. So more like personalized kits there, and then the larger one that's in my vehicle. So going along with medical equipment, something I want to mention and note is if you don't have medical training or you don't have training on certain items, don't buy this ridiculous medical bag that you have no idea on. If you're gonna do that, get the proper training, take a class, get medically trained on that equipment. I think that's fantastic. I definitely think everyone should be medically trained, at least to an extent. You don't have to be a paramedic, you don't have to be an advanced EMT, but get some kind of level of medical training and idea of how to use that equipment. I think that's important. But if you don't, and you don't have any ambition to do that, don't carry this ridiculous bag that you have no clue how to use any of the equipment. It's a waste of time, it's a waste of money. You're gonna get there, you're gonna have this bag, and you're like, well, does anyone know how to use this stuff? I mean, it's just a waste of time. So don't carry ridiculous equipment. Focus on the things that you know. So if you know how to use a tourniquet, definitely get a tourniquet and carry that with you and have it in your medical supplies. Learn how to use a chest seal, carry that with you, but don't have a bunch of ridiculous advanced medical care items that you're never gonna use because you don't necessarily know how to use them. So going along with the bags that I carry, this is a bag that I carry with me in my vehicle everywhere I go. So in the front pouch here, I have all of my medical supplies, tourniquet, scissors, and different medical supplies. Just something very simple, small, and easy enough to stop holes or bleeding. Then the larger pouch here, I have an extra set of clothes, another tourniquet, flashlight, pens, pencils, different little items to help things. I think this is the clutch belt, where you can throw this on, put mags and different things in this just to be able to throw on and have as a backup. Hand sanitizer, just some random items in that one, and then in the main pouch here in the concealable one, because this is a Vertex bag. And then here I have these tearaway pouches that are organized, like I have contacts, deodorants, different items in these that are very useful that I can tear away and take with me if I need, or I can have them in this bag for anything that I need. But this always stays in my vehicle, and it is a very good thing to have set up with all the certain things that you think that you might need, so you can just throw it on if you want to, because my main thing is I don't constantly want to carry all these items on me at all times. I don't think everywhere that I go really requires that I take this stuff. If I'm going to visit my family, I don't think I have to take 3 tourniquets and all the supplies, but I have it with me readily available if I do need it. So I always have that with me. And then another item I carry with me a lot, if depending on the situation, is my rifle. I have a couple different rifle setups that I'll carry. This is one of the rifles that I carry with me a lot and slowly becoming one of my favorites, just because it's very simple. It doesn't have any frills or anything. I'm very comfortable with the gun, and it is a very high quality rifle. So depending on the situation, these will go with me. A lot of times I will have these in bags like this Gamut bag from Vertex. This is actually a brand new bag that I just got, one of their new ones. Haven't gotten a chance to play with it yet because I still have the tags on it. But this is a bag that I'll carry a lot of these rifles on. This one, not so much because it doesn't have a folding stock adapter, so I'll just throw that one in the truck. But if I want it to be concealed, I will put it in a bag like this and be able to take that with me. Another bag here is this one. This one carries my Scorpion, and just depending, again, it's all situational. Every situation you go to is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be personal preference on what you want to carry. I like to have options. That's why I have my bag with my small firearm in it, and then my medium-sized firearm, my full-size rifle, and then a smaller sub-style gun. So I just like having options, and I think it's a good thing to have different options. But this one also has medical in the front and a bunch of different stuff there in the pouch. So I'm not going to go super deep into it because this isn't a bag dump. If you guys want that video, let me know. I'll film a video going over all the bags and what I carry with me. You know, keep it simple. You don't have to go crazy, especially if you don't quite have the money yet, because sometimes you can get pretty excited when you buy a bag and you're like, I got to fill this thing up with the most ridiculous things in the world, and you just start going nuts. I mean, medical kits can be up like $100 to $200 depending on what equipment you get. So keep it simple. Keep it within what you can train. When it comes to the firearms you carry, make sure you are carrying something that you are proficient with, not what makes you comfortable. It is not super comfortable to carry a full-size gun, especially someone with my frame. I'm not a very large person. So carrying this gun is a little bit more uncomfortable, but for me, I am much more proficient with this gun, and that personally makes me more comfortable than it is just the fact that it's comfortable on my hip. So I always tell people that it is really easy to carry a tiny pocket-sized gun and be comfortable with that and think, okay, this is great, I'm carrying a gun with me, but are you proficient to be able to do what you want to do, stop a threat comfortably at a distance, and have enough capacity to do so? So that is something you ought to decide on your own. Hopefully this video was helpful for you to make a better decision on what maybe you want to carry with you daily, or maybe reel some things back, but play around with some things, get comfortable with different setups, change it up if you have to. Nothing wrong with that. Ask questions if you need. I would be happy to help you. In no way am I a professional at this. I've just been carrying for years, and this is the setup that I've slowly evolved over the time. When I first started, I think I was a lot like most people and just got kind of something small. I think my first gun was a car, CM9, I believe. I can't really remember. Really tiny pistol. The capacity was 6, and I could not hit anything with it. It was terrible. But I always thought, like, hey, I'm carrying a gun, whatever, and that's all I carried. And I was a horrible holster. And the more I learned, the more I trained, it evolved from there. And then I went, I think, a little bit too far, and I was carrying all this ridiculous stuff that I absolutely did not need, and it was overkill. So then I reeled it back, and slowly over time, I found the sweet spot in exactly what I want to carry. I'm sure 2 years from now, I'll look back and be like, wow, that was completely wrong. I'm now carrying something different. That's the great thing about this community, is that everything continues to change and evolve, and new things come out, and new ways to carry and positions. You look at this gun, and 10 years ago or 7 years ago when I really started carrying and shooting, this would have been insane. It would have been ridiculous to carry a gun that looked like this. But nowadays, this is a lot more common. So things change, things evolve, and that is a good thing. All right, I'm getting carried away. this video can go on forever because it's a daily carry thing. I can go on a billion different tangents. I really just want to go over really quickly my basic setup and then my little bit more advanced setup as well to give you guys an idea of everything that I usually carry with me. If you guys are interested in helping out the channel and things I do here, there's a couple ways to do that down in the description. There's some discount codes from companies that I personally trust, and there's a link to my website. A couple companies that support me and the things that I do here. Howitzer and Brownells. Howitzer is a clothing brand. They make flannels like this, my pants that I'm wearing, the shoes that I was wearing today. They make a ton of clothes. They're fantastic. They donate 5% of proceeds to charity, and they donated a ton of money. Brownells supports me a ton, and you can use code TA10 and save 10% on an order of $150. Other than that, I thank you guys so much, and I appreciate you all.